It's February, and you know what that means? It's the 1-year anniversary of the mouse in the boot. Buckle up, I got a story for you. 1 year ago, we installed this amazing locker system out in our garage, and all of our kids keep all of their snow clothes out here and their boots down there. Find your snow pants. We're late. Get on your snow pants. Finally give up on the snow pants. You know what? I will write a note to your teacher. Go get on your boots. Stella comes in and she says, there's something in my boot, and she's kicking. She can't get her boot on all the way. I do not care what there's anything in your boot. Take it off when you get on the bus. Go. The bus is coming. Happy to report she made it on the bus and to school on time. And I am tooling around doing all the stay-at-home mom things that I do, and I get a notification on our Seesaw app that there's a letter from our teacher. Buckle up. All of this information comes rolling in at a later time, but let me tell you how it went down. Stella's on the bus. Oh, there's something in my boot. Let me remove it. Ow! It bit me. It bit her. Which means it's alive. It's an alive mouse in her boot. What does she do? Quietly takes off her other boot, puts both boots in her backpack, puts on her school shoes, and proceeds into school. She goes about her day. Now it's recess time. She says, excuse me, sweetheart, it is cold outside. It's February in Wisconsin. Put on your boots. She says, I cannot put on my boots. There is a mouse in my boot. And her teacher is like, like all kindergarten teachers do. Yeah, all right, honey, go put on your boots. So the teacher, going to prove her wrong, goes into her backpack, unzips, and screams as the little eyeballs pop out of the boot. Again, all this information comes rolling in later, but apparently Mouse runs away. Teacher screams, goes to get another teacher who grew up on a farm. She knows how to kill animals. Mouse is taken care of. Ben asked, I don't know. I do not know how it was taken care of. Stella puts on her boots. Stella goes out to recess. Stella comes in from recess and she's giggling and says, I was just trying to put the mouse in his home and he bit me. Hold up. New information. It bit you? Oh, sweetie, if the mouse bit you, you need to go to the nurse. Stella goes down to a nurse with her little piece of paper that says, Stella was bit by a mouse in her boot. She needs to go to get it checked out. You were bit by a mouse? Was it a pet mouse? No, it was a live mouse in my boot. It was in my boot and my mom sent me to school with it anyway. Okay, let's clean the area. Let's call your mom and get permission from the doctor to put triple antibiotic on it. Yes, apparently it broke the skin, but it's not bleeding. We just want permission to put triple antibiotic on it. Can you call your doctor? I go skittering downstairs. Our daughter was bit by a mouse. She was what? She was bit by a mouse. Where'd she find a mouse? She found a mouse in her boot. We sent her to school in her boot. It's not a big deal. Mice don't have rabies. Got it. Mice don't have rabies. Call the pediatrician's office. My daughter was bit by a mouse. A pet mouse? No, a wild mouse. It was in her boot. We checked the binder. Binder says wild animal bite, go to the ER. But mice don't carry rabies. Wild animal bite, go to the ER. But mice don't carry rabies. Wild animal bite, go to the ER. Oh, and you might want to get the mouse because they might want to test it for diseases in the ER. School pediatrician's office says that the binder says that if it's a mouse bite, she has to go to ER. But mice don't carry rabies, and I'm not worried about it. Can I please just leave her at school and not take her to the ER? No, we're going to have to follow what your doctor's policy is. In that case, the doctor says you also need to have the specimen so that they can test it in case it has any diseases. Oh, yeah, we'll have to get that out of the garbage and get that to you. Great. Do I have to rush her to the ER or can I just let her finish the day and then take her to the ER? How does she get home from school? She comes home on the bus. Oh, we can't send the mouse on the bus. Why not? It came to school on the bus. Sorry, you're going to have to come get her. You need me to come pick up my daughter, to take her to the ER. Dead mouse, because it can't ride the bus, even though it came to school on the bus, to test her for rabies that she doesn't have because mice don't carry rabies. I go pick her up. She's not a fan of being picked up from school, but she's got her mouse in a bag. Meanwhile, my daughter's walking around like this, because why? This is the finger. This is the finger that the mouse bit. We walk into the ER with said mouse in a bag. Hi, I'm here because my daughter was bit by a mouse. A pet mouse? Nope, it was a wild mouse. It went to school in her boot. I sent her to school with a live mouse in her boot, and it bit her. That's so funny, but mice don't carry rabies. I know, but the binder says she had to come, so here we are. Daughter's walking around the ER. I was bit by a mouse. Student resident comes in. Hi, what brings you here today? My daughter was bit by a mouse. A pet mouse? No, a wild mouse. I sent my daughter to school with a wild mouse in her boot. But mice don't carry rabies, so I don't know why we're here. We just had to do it because the binder said so. Oh, this is such a funny story. ER doctor comes in. What brings you in here today? My daughter was bit by a mouse. A pet mouse? No, a wild mouse. I sent my daughter to school with a wild mouse in her boot. That's so funny. We were all giggling about it in the hallway. We looked it all up and mice don't carry rabies. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash it out with some saline and we're going to put a Band-Aid on it. Wrap her up with one tiny little Band-Aid and then we get to leave the ER with a bill. We resume life as normal and I take her to dance and then I remember that the mouse in a bag is in my bag. And so I ask my husband to dispose of it and he, being a curious person he is, dumps it out to see the size of said mouse. And oh my goodness, it is huge. It is, I have no idea how she fit her foot in that boot with that mouse. I have no clue. And if you are at all squeamish or do not want to see this video, pause now, end now, but I'm going to show you the size of this thing next to a pencil. Moral of the story, if you live in Wisconsin and you have an outdoor locker system and it is February and you need to put on your boots, give them a little tap tap before putting them on. And if your daughter tells you there's something in her boot, I would investigate before sending her on the bus. And mice don't have rabies.